Sorry about that. Now you have visual. It's yours truly, Carcino here. And let's talk about it. Everybody saw today, and I hope we are live. Kind of waiting till everybody shows up before we start getting to the goodies. Oh, we're live. Is this the Carcino for Life channel? That's what I want to know. Okay. Somebody said this is the Carcino for Life channel. What's going on? There's something wrong here. We don't know what's going on. But this is not normal. Hold on, we'll be back in 1 second. Stay online 1 second. I gotta check something out. This is very wild and very shocking. For some reason, people are telling me they're not getting the notification. What's up, John Stewart? Well, I'm glad you got it, Jerome Hall. But let's get into it. Everyone wants to know about the obvious situation with LeBron James and Kevin Durant. Some fan asked him on YouTube. I didn't even know he had a YouTube account. And apparently I'm subscribed to it. But some fan asked him, they said, well, Kevin Durant, do you feel that, like LeBron James is the best, period? And he was just, nah. Because he knows it's the truth. He knows he's better than LeBron James. But I created the chat so that the fans can get in here and talk about it. And they can present their case, not just me. Meat got the keys to Philly. What does that even mean, really? Who wouldn't take Kevin Durant over LeBron James? It's a no-brainer. You got a 7-footer that can shoot the three like he can, put the ball on the floor, who can drive, he could do a whole bunch of variety of other things. But yet and still, people doubt him. To me, it makes no sense whatsoever. Kevin Durant is clearly light years ahead of him. How is Durant better than LeBron when he couldn't win with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Green? James Harden was basically just starting his career. Russell Westbrook was still green at that time. Jeff Green, yeah, okay. And Serge Ibaka. They made it to the NBA Finals. Durant did his job. He played out above and beyond. But they just weren't ready enough. And plus, the whistle was 100% against them. And then you look at the situation where you have Chris Bosh. Is Ibaka better than Chris Bosh? Back then, Harden was just now getting discovered. He was the reason they made it to the NBA Finals because he was coming off the bench providing 20-some points. It was the argument of should he even be starting over Russell Westbrook. But in the finals, he didn't show up. Make sure, Jon Stewart, you're telling them that you're not getting your notifications. A lot of the people are not getting their notifications. Like right now, there's usually a lot more people in this chat. That's why I had to ask, like, whoa, I'll make sure I was under the right account. Make sure if you click the notification buttons and you're not receiving your notifications, make sure you tell YouTube. Click in there and tell them where it says help and suggest, saying I'm not getting my notifications. Oh, well, we already know that. Well, if you like him so much, Jackson, why don't you go over there and tell him about it? Well, the thing about Kobe is, even when the team was down, Kobe gave everything. He gave every ounce he had. Kobe was scoring 60s, 50s, 40s, doing what he could to wheel the team to the playoffs. He had to almost kill himself to get the team in playoff contention. That's how he tore his body up, tore his Achilles that year. They were on their way to the playoffs, fighting for the 8th seed. Kobe was wheeling the Lakers to the playoffs. and it ruined his career. Now, what Kevin Durant does better than LeBron James is defend. He's a better defender, and he's 7 feet tall. Kevin Durant is so long, he can get his arms out and defend, and he's a lot better at it. Okay. Sorry I had to send a text out. But he's a lot better than LeBron James at it. Kobe only averaged 25 in the end. Make sure you guys have clicked the notification button. Because when I go back and go to YouTube, that's the first thing they're going to ask me. Well, did your subscribers click the notification button? Knowing they have, make sure you have done it and make sure you're still subscribed. See, that's why I share it on Twitter and I share it on Google Plus. Because if I don't, I make sure the people get it either way. That's why some people like, I saw it on Twitter. Nobody shot more than Allen Iverson. But Kobe had to shoot. I don't want LeBron who gonna pass the ball to somebody else to miss. We know they suck. Why you gonna give him the ball? You want Cal Korver to win you the NBA Finals? When this guy who barely takes 3 shots in the playoffs? He'd have been passed around the NBA like a blunt. And you gonna sit there and pass him the ball and say, go and win me the NBA Finals? Kobe has Smush Parker, exactly. And you see where Smush went. He got smushed. Who said AI didn't have to shoot? No one said that. Somebody was like, can we squash our beef? I'm like, I wasn't aware I was in a beef. But like I was saying, Kevin Durant has oh, thank you for the contribution too. I did see that. LeBron is a better passer than Kevin Durant. That's it. Kevin Durant can see the court better. He understands plays. He understands defensive assignments. He knows where he needs to be. Why don't you try it, Jackson Hawk? When it comes down to it and the game's on the line, can LeBron James get you that stop? Nah, Kevin Durant can pass. It's just that he's not better at it than LeBron James. LeBron James is a very good passer. I don't think it's even. As far as there's no way he could, if they were to play a one-on-one basketball game, LeBron would have his moments on Kevin Durant. But overall game, overall period, Kevin Durant he's a better shooter than LeBron James. He's got more moves than LeBron James going towards the basket or just pull up shooting for three. Oh, it's without a doubt Kevin Durant is a better player, but I knew that 4 or 5 years ago. He was better than LeBron. When they played in the finals, he was better than LeBron. He killed LeBron in the finals. Killed him. LeBron had a good finals because he had Dwayne Wade and he had Chris Bosh. And don't forget, Chalmers scored like 25 points. You got, what's his name? Shane Battier was hitting threes like crazy. You had Mike Miller coming in hitting shots. They really did it. And I had to show y'all how LeBron was getting cooked by Kevin Durant. What about Penny Hardaway? What does Penny Hardaway have to do with the NBA Finals? Well, that's how he's supposed to feel. But if you want to be truthfully honest about it, I can make a phone call right now, and when I make a phone call, at the end of the day, I'll be where DJ Academic is, like that, or at least next to. Well, Mr. Wheaton asked a question. He said, since LeBron is a great passer, how does it not make his teammates better? Just because you can pass a basketball don't mean your teammates are better. Okay? He makes the team better with him on it, playing with them. He doesn't make them better. He makes the team better by his presence of being on the team as a facilitator, as a team. But the players don't become better. He's not elevating their games. Who game did he elevate? That's a very fair question. Who game did he elevate? Who did LeBron elevate? Dwayne Wade's stats went down. Chris Bosh's stats went down. Everybody's stats went down when he played with them. They didn't go up. Kyrie was still doing the same things he was doing before LeBron got there. Remember, he was an all-star. He played on an all-star team. He was in the Olympics. LeBron's supposed to have been worked on his post game, but he's not going to work on his post game. That's why towards the end of his career, he's playing so many minutes and he's so tired because he doesn't know how to score in these games and how to rest. And on defense, he can't. See, LeBron's strength is he's able to piggyback on defense and people not know what a terrible defender he is because he gets to chase down block people. LeBron can only go to the basket if he's bringing the ball up and getting momentum to drive towards the basket. He's like a locomotive train. He has to build up momentum in order to get his offense going. He's improved on his three-point shooting. He learned how to hit more set shots. Ned Slanders, the Game Documentary 2 review. I heard you. Someday, maybe that would happen. I don't know. Why would I need to review an album that been out like 25 years ago? What's the point? Mo Williams. Where is Mo Williams? A Royal Rumble. I tell you one thing, I wouldn't lose. DJ Academic be like, I play Royal Rumble. I played it before. Yeah, on PS4 or Xbox. No, in a real Rumble. And that's weird. I asked him to find me a player LeBron James has improved or they've elevated their game because of LeBron James, and they say Mo Williams. Mo Williams is what you dig up. No, what I mean is improved as a player. Kyrie is scoring more because he's taking more shots because LeBron is more fatigued and he's old and he's done. That has nothing to do with LeBron. He was already an all-star. He was averaging 23 points a game, 23-5. He's still averaging about the same numbers. So Kyrie's not getting any better. He's still the same basketball player he was when he came in the league. Did Michael Jordan get better when they won 70 games in 96 than he was in 91 or 92? Did Michael Jordan get better? They won 70 games, so they must have gotten better, right? Did Jordan get better? No, Michael Jordan made players better. He made Horace Grant better. He made Scottie Pippen better. He excelled all these players and got the best out of them. John Paxson, he got all these guys better. They played better under Michael. Michael worked with them, made them tougher. It's not. It's not. It's not weak. It's the truth. LeBron's a better passer than Michael Jordan. Mike could pass. I wouldn't say he has no heart. He just don't have that killer instinct to go for it. He don't want that pressure. No, Steve Kerr was always what he was. Steve Kerr was only going to give you about 6, 7 points a game. He might score 13 at one point, but he's an open court shooter. He was a guy that could shoot the three. He was in a 3-point contest a couple of times. Good free throw shooter. If you get him an open shot, he normally is going to knock it down. So that's why they picked him up. Is LeBron on steroids? I don't know. He's probably on some type of performance enhancement, nutrient supplements and all that stuff. You know, they're athletes. So who knows? Anything to help them recover faster. These things go along all the time. Yes, he's a team player. LeBron is all about team. First times ever done, they got eliminated in 5 games. So what does that mean? How many triple doubles did he have in the series? He had what, 3? They only played 5 games. So he had 3 triple doubles, and you want us to do a backflip for that? See how y'all gotta stop watching ESPN and all these other shows. They making you believe that that's an important stat. It really meant nothing because they let him have that. They were like, go ahead, score. We're going to come right down here and score as soon as you get done. Soon as he got done wasting people time, they came right back down and they'll score the basketball. LeBron will dry down and get a layup. They'll throw a whole pass all the way down court, a run-out play, because nobody's getting back on defense. So, yeah, it looked like LeBron got all these points. So at the end of the game, LeBron be having 34, and then they losing by 20. And you be like, LeBron got 34? When did he get that? Because they were meaningless points. Garbage points. I averaged a triple-double. Like, what does that even mean? Exactly. When somebody talk like that, mentally he couldn't be a leader. Man, I don't even want to. Going into the NBA Finals, he take them out to a future concert. They supposed to be getting ready for Golden State. Man, I just want to clear my head. I don't even want to think about that juggernaut that they got over there in Golden State. I don't even want to think about that. What you mean? You already defeated. Your brain is already putting yourself around like, I don't want to think about them. I don't want to think about them. What you saying to your team? They are a super team. Look what they got over there. I mean, you putting all that into everybody's head, and how can y'all beat them? You put that whole mental block in your head that for the rest of your team, what kind of leader is you talking about some we can't beat them? I'll be like, look, they got 2 arms, 2 legs like us. And I know I'm better than half them players over there. I mean, I have a different mentality. My mentality is different. My mentality is destroy you. We could be cool after the game, but when this game is over, my quest is to destroy. I have it. Kobe have it. Russell has it. Michael Jordan has it. Isaiah Thomas has it. You got to have that de facto factor of I'm finna win. That's it. That's all I know. Right now, I'll take UPS. That's right. I was too good to hoop in high school. Too good. And I was just getting started. Because I told you I didn't play until 8th grade. So when I got there, I was already better than him. All I could really do at that point was shoot. And I was so practiced on shoot. I spent the whole summer shooting basketball. So I was deadly with the shot. I knew my spot. I can get to the corner. I was going to drop you off every time I got to the corner. I wasn't going to miss that shot. From that point, it just grew. Then I knew the game. I started figuring out the actual plays and where people supposed to be, picks and screens, and who's supposed to be where. Yeah, I was set shooter. Now I was to tear people up. I used to watch them get all upset and mad. In their prime, ooh, I would say probably Derrick Rose. When Derrick Rose was in his prime, there was nothing like Derrick Rose. He played with a reckless abandon. T-Mac was good, but T-Mac had height, length, and, can go with the left, go with the right. Good skills around the basket overall. Had a good shot. His back just wouldn't hold up for him. His back injuries was too much. And Derrick Rose is unworldly when he came in. That MVP season, his rookie season, Derrick Rose was a beast. I can't take that away from him. He was a beast. My thing is, I can't understand how anybody could believe LeBron James would be better than Kevin Durant. People saying right now, I'm saying 2012. I'm saying back in 2012, LeBron couldn't shoot. He couldn't shoot a basketball. He shoot better now than he did in 2012. He'll tell you that. Who was Isaiah Thomas? Like the Detroit Pistons, the greatest player of all time? That Isaiah Thomas, who was his greatest opponent? Is that what you asking me? His greatest opponent was probably Michael Jordan. That was his greatest opponent. That was, yeah, a lot of people would say Bird. I mean, that was the hardest thing. They finally got over the obstacle because they were the main guys that ran the Eastern Conference. But one of the greatest forces they ever had to deal with was Michael Jordan. When you say rivalry, Michael Jordan he's representing the Chicago Bulls, where Isaiah Thomas, this is his home. He is Chicago. He's West Side Chicago. And here's this guy from North Carolina come over here and took over his whole city. They used to cheer for Isaiah when he came back home to Chicago. Once they got Jordan, they started booing him. So yes, that believe me, that was his nemesis. And he used to torch the Bulls. Nobody has beaten Michael Jordan more than the Detroit Pistons. Nobody. Matter of fact, they taught the Bulls how to win when the game's on the line. They gave them that experience. And then you guys say Bird. One person didn't beat the Detroit Pistons and Isaiah Thomas when they played Boston. When they played Boston, it was a collective effect. Bird was a player on the court and he killed you too. But like in '85, he just killed the Pistons. I mean, they had no answer for him in '85. He just get the ball in that post and you're done. Bird used to kill Michael Jordan, kill him on the court. Jordan could not stop Larry Bird. He would take Jordan in the post every time and score on him. Bird is 6'9". He get the ball in the post and just three. How could you guard that? He used to get Michael fits. When Michael did his Hall of Fame speech, he was like, Larry, I'm glad you retired. Because you used to give me fits. And this is Michael Jordan's retirement speech. Because I already knew from watching Larry Bird was a much better basketball player than Michael Jordan. I already knew. Bird was too smart with the basketball. He was a better passer than people gave him credit for. He was a better rebounder. He knew what to do. When he was 6'9", he used his height. He did everything he was supposed to do on a basketball court at a very high level. Michael Jordan was very athletically talented, but he tried to force things when he couldn't have or shouldn't have. He should have trusted the team, and he didn't trust the team. Something Russell Westbrook is not doing now. He was playing for triple doubles. Russ was out there he was playing for triple doubles. Chris Bosh in the Hall of Fame, he might go. He should go. He's done enough. I mean, he won 2 of those them NBA finals. Bosh was incredible during those series. People don't understand. His game was hurt the most. Bosh was a guy that played in the post and scored like 25 points a game. He had to come to Miami and change his whole game because LeBron James, the way he plays, it's not going to work with Wade. Wade want to be down in the box, catch the ball, turn around, shoot a fadeaway. And Bosh got to do this little pull-up from 15, 16 feet. He had that in his repertoire, but that wasn't his only thing he did. He would go in the paint and turn around and score. He did a whole variety of different things. But once they was on the team, you had Haslam down there. He was like, well, I got to adjust my game. See, no one pays attention to stuff like that. They don't remember what Mario Chalmers did for Miami. People don't remember these things. Oh, Terry Cummings, he retired. Terry was good. He was one of the greatest to come out of the city. This one, Chicago used to put out some of the best basketball players in the world. We used to put out some of the best. Westinghouse, Eddie Johnson, Mark Aguirre. You had Isaiah Lloyd Thomas III, the greatest player to ever play in the NBA in history. What else could you possibly fathom? Yeah, Shane Battier, Chalmers, they saved them every time. Shane Battier is responsible for a lot of the things that happened in Miami. As far as LeBron's career, he owes a lot to Shane Battier. Shane Battier is the guy who taught him basketball. LeBron James did not know basketball like that until he ran into Shane Battier. When they was in Miami and he realized LeBron made it this far off just athletic ability and just winging it. That's why Mike Brown and all those other coaches that they had, they were basically new and they weren't going to challenge LeBron James because LeBron James didn't recognize the defenses. He didn't recognize what the defenses were doing to him. He didn't recognize how to stop it and what was going wrong and what was happening on the court, where he would score 8 points in a game, playoff game. Like, how could you be LeBron James and score 8 points? That's unacceptable. In that Dallas series, he didn't know what had hit him. No, Shane Battier went 4 years to Duke University. He graduated from Duke. He was a all around basketball player. He was coached on how to play the game the right way. And when you've been coached how to play professional basketball at the collegiate level, that's somewhere semblance to what's happening in the professional levels. You learn things that you didn't learn when you were in high school. Like LeBron didn't really get coached in high school. He just ran down and dunked and did everything that he did. When he was in the NBA, they just catered the league to LeBron James's style of play. They took the post man out of the way, cleared the lane, so LeBron can get more highlight dunks coming down the lane. So, with all of these things going on, the NBA just profited off of the success of LeBron James just going down scoring points. But then they got to put him in the NBA Finals, and that's what they did to try to get him ready, even though the team that they had, there's no way they could contend with San Antonio or anybody else. Tim Duncan is a better basketball player. Karl Malone's a better scorer. Tim Duncan was a better all-around basketball player. There was nobody better at what they done at the position than Karl Malone. The mailman gonna get the ball in the box. He gonna drop you off. Mailman's gonna hit that shot about 60-70% of the time. No matter who's there, mailman gonna turn in the post, turn around, hit that jumper. That's what he does. But when you need somebody to step up to help him, he never really felt like he had that help. Well, Dominique won the dunk contest. It was a great dunk contest, but they wanted Michael Jordan to win. It was in Chicago. There was no way he was going to lose. I mean, the thing was, why rob Dominique Wilkins? Just go on and get Dominique. Give him something, because. And what was crazy is the All Star game, which was one of the best All Star games there was '88. They battled also for the MVP. They battled for the MVP. Both of them was neck and neck for MVP of that award. And they gave it to Michael Jordan. Vince was the best dunker. I don't know if he was better than Sean Kemp. I don't know if he was better than the Rain Man. My thing is this. How is it lame what he did? What if he got traded to the Golden State Warriors? Would you be talking about that's a lame move? He's a free agent. He can go where he want to go. Why is that a lame move? See, nobody says nothing when the owners trade the players. But when the players who free agents now can go where they want to go, now there's a problem. Because they don't have no control over it. But see, that's why free agency was fought for. This is why Kurt Flood fought for this when he played baseball. So that the players would have the option and they have the right. So the owners can't do whatever they want to do to the players. That's why free agency was brought into the game. It was brought, and all the fans was mad. Free agency is gonna ruin the game because that's what the owners wanted to put out there. And now that they're using free agency, LeBron is using it as a way of manipulation. He's using it in negotiations for contracts, which is dangerous for certain people. Like people like Ben Simmons. It's dangerous for him to get a 2-year deal. It's dangerous for these guys to not sign 3-4 year deals. What if they get hurt? Now they have no guaranteed money. You want them to play 2 years and go in and renegotiate their contracts. What if they get hurt in those 2 years? It almost backfired on Dwayne Wade when they went in there and signed those 3-year deals. For LeBron, he was fortunate. He didn't get hurt. Nothing. Everything was smooth. Dwayne Wade, he was hurt for about 1.5 years out of that 3-year deal that they both signed. So he was lucky because a whole 1.5 years, Dwayne Wade was hurt. If he didn't bounce back and have like that MVP year, he wouldn't have got that max deal from Miami. Well, he got his friends around him making decisions for him, and they're good. That's the best thing that LeBron James could do. He's very smart outside of the court. I have no problems with LeBron James outside of the court. Oh, Kemp over Larry Johnson all day. But Grandmama was something when he had his health, he was something. Oh yeah, Steph's having a very good year. I mean, he's enjoying it. I make a video talking about whatever the topic is, and I give my opinion on it. Why is this a negative LeBron video? I don't think it is. If I said Kevin Durant is better than him, that's just facts. I mean, what more do you want me to say? How does that make him look bad? I just said I have no problem with what he does outside of the court. That's I don't know how you would find that as a LeBron hate video. I guess if I don't say he's the greatest player of all times or something, that's hating. Anything other than that is hating. So, oh well, the death of Malik Sealy hurt a lot of people besides Kevin Garnett. I mean, the late great Malik Sealy. I mean, he had people from the Indiana Pacers before he went to Minnesota. He brought an experience there. Malik Sealy, he was known for the guy who left his playbook on the at the airport, and then somebody found it and gave it to the media in New York, and they started putting out the whole Indiana players playbook and their report on each player. They had like John Starks, he's a hothead, blah 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 blah, and it was Malik Sealy was the one that left it there. they decided to print that, and he was so embarrassed that that happened. So he brought a lot of different things to the table. Yep, the school teacher Bobby Fields. He was a school teacher that made it to the NBA, and unfortunately, he decided to race his car on the freeway after practice. Playing around and got into a deadly car accident. He was a good success story. Should be Vic Cunningham or Moon. What do you mean? Benji? What about Benji? Benji was when Benji and all that stuff was going on, I was so young. We all heard about it, but we were like grammar school when all that stuff was going on. At the time that Benji was coming into the league, he had a lot of ability because of his height. He could do a lot of things like how Kevin Garnett could play. As far from watching the tapes and the films, he was even at the high school level. He probably wasn't a better shooter because they didn't play the game like that. They played mostly inside out. He could play. He was definitely going to the NBA. The sad part is his life would have been saved had they just got him to the trauma unit, soon enough. He had lost so much blood from waiting to get to a hospital that he was gone. And his mom was a nurse, and they brought him into the hospital to where she's at. She knew just from seeing people come in that way that she knew her son was not going to survive. And that's the saddest part when it's your son. A.B. Johnson was a tough, rugged player, and it's a shame what happened to him. I mean, this guy took the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals, and he was rewarded by basically a team that never been to the NBA Finals. He takes them there, and they get robbed in the NBA Finals against Dwayne Wade, Shaq, and the Miami Heat, and he's rewarded by not even having a job in the NBA. He's got to co-coach collegiate. Who's this Loso G guy? Yeah, I went there. Oh yeah, they ran up against Michigan, man. With Kenny Battle, Nick Anderson, Marcus Liberty. And Marcus Liberty, he was from our building in the projects. So everybody had big hopes for Marcus. But once he got to the college league, it really didn't. He was a great in high school. They thought he was going to be the next superstar. and everything else. But that's how Nick Anderson ended up, becoming the man because he played with Benji. They were teammates. So he ended up going to Illinois, and he ended up getting all the shine that probably would have been going to Benji. And Nick probably wouldn't have made it as far as he did because of that. I don't worry about that stuff, Baraka. I don't know what people say. Sorry to hear about your dad. Oh, of course. That whole finals was rigged so that Shaq can get a ring. When without Kobe, they were still milking the Shaq versus Kobe thing. It was the NBA is so dramatic, and the way it's set up is all drama filled. It's a mess, man. Why you think they finna try to make Lonzo Ball a star? But they know he's not ready yet, so they got to put some people with him that can help develop him, like LeBron. Put LeBron on the Lakers, it lessens a lot of stress on him, and he get to play with Lonzo Ball, and they bring some other players over there. Who put it in their book that they screwed the Mavs? Because I know they screwed the Mavs. That's why they made it up to the Mavs by having them play the Miami Heat again in the NBA Finals, and they beat LeBron James. And they got the Lakers out of there. Did I predict before the year started that Golden State was going to win? Did I not predict the year that Cleveland won that had never won an NBA championship in years? I said they're going to win the championship that year. Matter of fact, I made that once Golden State won the championship. I said next year this team will play again and Cleveland will win it. They're going to have 3 games with these teams. 3. And I did that in the year Golden State won. They were celebrating on the floor, and I said Cleveland will win the championship the next year. They're gonna let Cleveland come back and win it. And they had never won it before. Knew it. Told you the NBA is about story. That's all it's about. Story, story, story. It's not about the best team. You knew this team was gonna run it right back for the 3rd time. This year, I told you right away, because I made the prediction before they even got Kevin Durant. They were coming back. Now I got videos to back it up. So you can just shut up talking. My videos go all date all the way back there. So now this year, I told you one of the teams won't be back. Golden State's going, but Cleveland isn't. And I said that once they re-signed everybody. Now all of a sudden, Kyrie won't out. This player won't out. That player won't out. And the NBA is mad because now they want man, this is going to hurt LeBron. We got to have LeBron go all the way up here. Now without any Kyrie, how we going to make sure LeBron gets to the Eastern Conference Finals? They at least want to get him to the Eastern Conference Finals. I do think this is the Celtics or the Wizards' turn to go. But people don't need to sleep on the Miami Heat. You see, here's the thing. You could take players and move them to one team and take a player over here and move them over there. But here's the main ingredient, the main problem is they haven't played together yet. They haven't built any chemistry. Miami, they figured it out in the like right after the All-Star break. They won like 15, 16 games in a row. They found their rhythm. Once they found their rhythm, they couldn't be stopped. It was hard to beat Miami. Then you look at the Milwaukee Bucks. They're a young team that play in the paint. You're going to either have to foul them or outshoot them. They will run you out of a gym. Because that's the thing. Greek the Freak is going to dunk on you. Same way he did LeBron. Dunk all over you. The whole team, Brogdon, they all go to the paint. Remember what I told y'all. Please remember what I told y'all. Please, if you're not getting a notification, if you're not getting any notifications, please, please, please inform YouTube. Go over there to that little thing where it says help and say, I am not getting my notifications for this page. Go ahead, copy the top page thing, send it in there and say, I'm not getting my notifications for this page. And I want to know why. Let them know. Make sure you click the notification button because they'll be quick to run that line by you. Yeah, and I want to know why too. I know why, but I wanted them to tell me why. Oh, it's not even. We were way past that, but Kevin Durant is light years better than LeBron James. Light years. See, what's underrated about Kevin Durant is that he's like 7 feet tall, 6'11", and he could play defense. He could guard 4 positions on the court. He's guarded 5. He's been doing it since he was at OKC. A lot of the people don't understand is that Kevin Durant is unworldly right now. He could do so much on the court that it causes fits. The problem is when he was at OKC, he had to do a lot of it. He had to guard and switch off on all the best players that in the fourth quarter he can't hit those shots because he's tired. Then he's not getting the ball in rhythm. When he's like on fire and needs the ball, Russell Westbrook going to take a shot. And he's going to be taking a wild shot and then he's got to go in and get the rebound. And that's what basketball is about, a rhythm. It's a player's got to know when another player's in rhythm. Like when Kevin Durant's in a rhythm, do you think Steph Curry be like, I got to get me a 3? He gets the ball to Kevin Durant. When they first got there, they had to gel. They had to find out what they could do. Kobe and Jordan is like this. It's hard because they're both so similar. If they both do the same things, I would say Michael was more technically sound. Kobe was the better shooter. Michael was so fundamentally together. He knew exactly where he wanted to be, how the shot was gonna get off, everything. I gotta say Jordan because he invented those moves, but Kobe, his game was way in the back. Like, he's shooting threes way more than Michael would. And they play from a whole different, like, level. The type of shots Kobe was hitting, some of those Michael didn't take because those weren't Michael type of shots. You know, like Kobe shot in areas where people didn't expect people to shoot from. And that's why people were like, if he would drive towards the corner, Kobe gonna pull up right there at that elbow and drop you off every time. He'll be, gotcha. Because that's his shot. And people think he's going to go run to the corner. Kobe wasn't really a corner shooter at all. He could shoot there, but that wasn't really his shot. He didn't want to go to the corner. He wanted to shoot from them elbows or the wings. Whatever you want to call them. He was good there. He practiced those shots because he knew most defenders know people are not going to shoot from there. They're going to want to get to the corner. They're going to want to do something else. So Kobe would shoot from areas on the court where people didn't expect them to shoot from. And that's smart. So that way you can have an open shot. Well, that's the thing. Kobe had a problem shooting over Tayshaun Prince. Tayshaun Prince, he disrupts shots because of his long wingspan. So if he puts up his arm, you got to shoot over his arm and make an adjustment on your shot. Kobe was killing. That's why Kobe won that game, because instead of putting Tayshaun on him, they put what's his name on him, and that changed the dynamic of the entire spectrum. Who was that? Rip Hamilton. Yep, they put Rip on him, and he could shoot over Rip. And that's how Kobe hit that three. They put Tayshaun on him the entire game. He was struggling. Once they put Rip on him for that last shot, he was able to hit the shot to win the game. We would have swept. We would have swept the Lakers again. Oh, this year the Lakers not going to the playoffs this year. Now next year they're gonna probably be in the NBA Finals next year. Definitely going to the Western Conference Final, but definitely not this year. Pistons are the only team in the past 40 years to win an NBA championship with no past or future MVP. It's never been done. That lets you know how great they are. The 2004 team, the 1989, and the 1990. No other team has done it before then. Hakeem Olajuwon, what you mean the Rockets? Hakeem, past or present MVP? David Robinson got MVP. Duncan versus KG. That's a tough matchup. Tim Duncan is a better. Kevin Garnett plays with a ferociousness, which gets him exhausted. He plays so physical and so hard it drains him of his energy. He plays the game like he angry, and he mentally gets himself out of the game. Tim Duncan plays the game so smooth that he's always relaxed. He made better decisions on the basketball court than Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett gonna take the tough shot, while Duncan is gonna make sure he got the easier shot. He gonna take the easy shot. He was not gonna be discouraged. He was gonna play within the game. He made better decisions. He was a better passer than Kevin Garnett. And that was that. So overall, I would rank Tim Duncan over Kevin Garnett. And I used to watch Kevin Garnett play when he was here. The big fundamentals. And that was funny because Shaq said that in an All-Star game about Tim Duncan. The big fundamental. And next thing you know, that became his nickname. They had no nickname for Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan didn't want one either. Didn't care for it. Same thing with Kevin Durant. Like when he came to Golden State, they tried to give him a nickname. I like Durantula. I like that. Durantula. But that wasn't good enough. Durantula. But it's time to go. How do I assess Shaq as a center? To me, he was next to terrible. And that's just how I viewed him. I never looked at him as an outstanding basketball player or anything. I thought he was very overrated. He didn't have any moves. His whole move was turn around and dunk the basketball. On defense, he was a liability. He got away with offensive fouling. And they just, they needed a superstar, so they just swallowed the whistle. And it was terrible. Talking about people don't know how to guard him. I mean, a foul's a foul. How hard is that to call? He'd been in the league for like 6 years when he was in Orlando. You knew it was a foul. He used to foul out of games all the time. Then you get to L.A. and you guys get Phil Jackson. He was in L.A. for about 2-3 years before they got Phil Jackson. Once they got Phil Jackson, as soon as they got him, they go all the way to the NBA championship. Come on. It's ridiculous. When he was in Orlando, he used to put the ball on the floor. He used to go up. He was in shape. He was young. Once he got to L.A., he got out of shape, got really bad, start looking more and more terrible as it could be, as it was ran down to the rest of the public. Yep. That's exactly what you're looking at. Video game basketball, basically. But this is not a LeBron hate video. As you see one side do something, you see the other side do something. So we're not here to try to stack the deck against LeBron James. But with the same things LeBron got away with are some of the same things that a lot of other players get to do. Like Shaq got away with offensive fouling, lowering your shoulder into your opponent. Right, he traveled and the referee swallowed a whistle. So, it's like the saying go, you don't like when they play the same way. But I'm out. We'll probably come back and do something live with y'all. But don't forget to let them know about you not getting your notifications. Kevin Durant is the winner. Or leave it in the comment section who you think is the best.